Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are watching from. Welcome back to the Zexon Media YouTube Sports channel, where we give analysis on the training sports news that are making headlines. Today, I will be talking about the Premier League oldest goal scorer. Many people have scored goals in the Premier League at an old age. However, the question still remains into the hands of our viewers, or sports personnel, or sports subscribers, that who is the oldest man to have ever scored a goal in the Premier League at the oldest age. The question remains to the fans. However, we as encyclopedias or sports analysts who dig deep in the sports world, we have to search for such information, and we give it to you on your silver plate. Many people, as football started way back around the 1900, that is in the English Premier League, and even other following years, we have gotten a mammoth crowd of good players that have graced the beautiful game of football. However, there are those that have retired at a tender age. There are those that have retired at an old age. However, at the old age, to score a goal in the Premier League, it has been quite very competitive. But I, Zexon Amido, I will try to give you a list of some of the few people, some of the few footballers who have managed to score a goal in the Premier League in the evening careers of their game. So the list today, I'll be starting on, that is Thiago Silva. This is the oldest man to have ever scored a goal for Chelsea, that is FC, after surpassing the record that was being held by Dink Spence, that was made, that is way back in 1947, when he scored a goal against Wolves to make him the oldest player. So the record had stayed for quite long until Thiago Silva recently on the game of Chelsea against Manchester City, when he scored a header to surpass that record at an age of 39 years and 51 days. However, many asked that is he the oldest player to have scored a goal at the oldest age? The answer is no. There is a list of other 3 players who have managed to score a goal at the old age more than that is Thiago Silva. Despite the fact that he still has more time, you never know, he may go on to bypass them. But as per the standing, Thiago Silva, that is the Chelsea defense maestro, currently is standing, that is in the 4th position on 39 years and 51 days. However, besides that, we have also other players, that is the famous Ryan Giggs, who scored also a goal that was around 2013 in the Premier League at an age of 40 years plus some counting days. That means he still stands ahead of Thiago Silva, despite the fact that Ryan Giggs, that was who was born in 1973, currently 50 years of age, managed to score a Premier League goal at 40 years plus some other days. That means that one stands in 3rd position. However, we still also have another player that is called Dean Winders. Dean Winders. He also managed to score a goal that was at 40 years plus some other days compared to Ryan Giggs that he had scored. So he still stands in the 2nd position. That means Thiago Silva has more time to do in order to surpass these great players, or also to make a Premier League history. That is the oldest player to have ever scored a goal in the Premier League. The leading striker, or the leading man to have ever scored a goal in the Premier League at an old age, that is the English prolific striker way back, that was around the in the mid 1990s and even in the early 2000s, that is Teddy Sheringham. You remember him very much. He was part of the Manchester team. He had football that is in Tottenham Hotspurs. This Teddy Sheringham is the oldest player in the Premier League history to have ever scored a goal in the Premier League. And in this, he did it at 40 years and 264 days in his career, so making him as the oldest player in the Premier League to have ever scored a goal in the Premier League history. So as time goes on, I will keep giving you numerous updates about Premier League history. As I stated earlier on, that you are on the home of sports entertainment in all sorts or in all fields. So I will keep entertaining you with the latest sports updates, as well as Premier League histories that are still taking place and those that have been just broken. So Thiago Silva has time to go ahead and surpass, that is the great Teddy Sheringham. The good opportunity that he still has time, and the season is still running until next year. That means if he has opportunity, he can go on to surpass these great players. Subscribe as always, comment, share, as I also told you earlier on that I accept feedback. I'm yours, Izekson Hamido, the Sports Encyclopedia. I'm out for now.